Hello and welcome back to the January Fort Walton Beach Chamber Cox Business Forum. Thank you for joining us. Our next guest I'm very excited to have with me today. He's a longtime member of the Chamber. I'm going to let him tell you about all that because I could go on and on about what he's done for our Chamber and the positions he's held with the Chamber. I wanted to bring him in today and share with you some of the Chamber benefits and experiences and things that you can get out of the Chamber, and nobody would know that better than Bruce Marshall. Bruce, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
We're excited to have you. Let's start by telling us a little bit about your Chamber involvement, what you've done, maybe committees you've chaired. I mean, I don't know if we have that much time, but tell us a little bit about your Chamber experience.
Okay. Actually, I started my Chamber experience when I was still on active duty with the Air Force at Eglin. And as the commander, I felt like it was part of my responsibility to be involved in the local community. And so I rarely missed a first Friday coffee, actually. I just scheduled it for Friday morning. It was early and I had the time. And as a result, I met a lot of the Chamber folks. A lot of them are still around today, actually, which is really nice.
First Friday coffee, probably the best place to meet other business people in the county.
Absolutely. When you're talking about networking, when you've got 300 people, sometimes more, sometimes less, but that's probably a good average. It's a great opportunity to meet folks and to network. I also went to a lot of the business after hours. And so I was pretty involved in the Chamber. I attended the planning sessions every year that I was the commander and got a lot out of that. Actually, I led one of those for one of the Chamber presidents way back when, in about 1992. So once I retired from active duty, I felt that I needed to continue to give back to the community and stayed involved with the Chamber. So it's really started back in 1990 and has essentially continued since then. And through that period of time, you're right, I've chaired some committees. I chaired the membership committee, I chaired the government committee. I did 2 Armed Forces Appreciation Days. The first one that we had, when we had Lee Greenwood, which was right after 9/11. And really well attended, and we made some good money and kind of got the community fired up again after a downer that 9/11 was.
That was a huge event.
Yes, it was.
Huge event.
And it was really great. And then we did a follow-on to that one, and it also did really well. And so I've done that. And I generally have just stayed involved with the Chamber all along. I was chairman of the board in 2006. And that was a great experience. Really enjoyed that. Had a great staff that worked for me as committee chairman, and a great staff at the Chamber, as you saw and you see now, and we continue to have.
Absolutely.
To do a lot of work. One of the best aspects, I believe, of the Fort Walton Beach Chamber is that it's a member-based organization. The staff doesn't do the work. The people get involved. And over the years, we have had absolutely awesome committee members, not just for the standard committees of government and business and membership, but of the events. And it's done by volunteers. And the net result is that the Chamber membership, even though it's large of 1,500, is a very close-knit, friendly organization.
Absolutely.
You see that when you go to the First Friday coffees. You see that when you go to the business after hours. You see that when you go to the networking luncheons. That it's just a friendly atmosphere that accepts outsiders, and they're not outsiders for long, by the way.
Absolutely not.
They soon get involved. So there's a lot of positive aspects about the Chamber. I'm currently president of the Chamber Foundation.
I wanted you to bring that up. I also would like to follow up on what you said about the membership. I told them at the First Friday Coffee, my first Friday Coffee at the beginning of the month, that is what it's all about. It's all about membership. It's all about volunteers. Without membership, we wouldn't need a board of directors, or certainly not a chairman of the board. So it's all about the membership and the volunteers, and this Chamber is second to none when it comes to that. You You mentioned the foundation. We have a few minutes left. I would like you to talk about the foundation. The foundation is something I don't even think most of our general membership even knows about. So I would like you to touch on that if you would.
Okay. One thing before I start that, you asked about benefits to the chamber, just a short blurb on that. Through the years, I've recommended to a lot of individuals and small businesses to join the chamber. And I have never experienced one person who has joined, either as a small business or as an individual, who has not come back and talked about the benefits that they've gotten from being in the chamber. I've recommended to folks who are looking for jobs, come up and stand up in front and say, hey, I'm looking for a job. And you know what? They find a job.
Right.
If they're a small business, you stand up and say, I'm a small business, I'm new. People come to me and they do. So it's really been great in that there's multiple benefits. I could go on forever. But
Certainly.
Anyway, sorry. I wanted to get that point in.
I'm glad you did.
Back to the foundation.
Correct.
The foundation was started originally when we renovated the building, which was before I was a real member. It's back when I was on active duty, and Johnny Johnson was the chamber president at the time, and he saw the need to renovate the chamber. As part of that, so we could get donations and get money, he created the 501c3 foundation that we have today, and had the foundation eventually own the building. They do own the building today. The foundation is also the basis that we use for the White Golf Tournament, the H.H. White Golf Tournament that we have once a year. And that benefits our local colleges. We're the only chamber in the area who has donated or established scholarship funds with the local universities, Troy, Northwest Florida State, UWF, and we've got sustained scholarship funds at all three of those, and we're the only chamber that's done that. We've done that through the golf tournament and through the 501c3 foundation organization. The foundation is also a vehicle that we can use to make sure that we've got the money for the future so that we can maintain the facility and or add on to it sometime in the future as the chamber continues to grow.
Absolutely. And Bruce just recently had given us some recommendations. We had gone back over and looked at some things for a 5, 10, 20-year plan for the chamber. You presented that to our executive committee at the end of last year. I have that, and that's one of my initiatives this year is to look into some of that and let's make some of this happen, because before you know it, that 5, 10, and 20 will be here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Time flies. So
it's one of those things that with the foundation and looking to the future, I think it's kind of like what Johnny Johnson did with the building. You build and it'll grow and they'll keep coming.
Correct.
Well, I kind of look at the future. If you're looking 5, 10, 20 years in the future, we need to start those things now so we can grow beyond the 1,500 and take care of the businesses and the individuals that are in our community.
I agree 100%. Bruce, we are running out of time.
All right.
I am so appreciative of you being here and your insight, and you're somebody I respect so much, and everything you do for our community and our chamber, it's appreciated. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot for having me. I appreciate it.
We'll be right back with Miss Dina Critch from Resort Quest, and we've got some exciting things to talk about with her.